G'day everyone. Just back having a bit of a paint today. I missed this morning's painting time. Just had a few things on, so I thought I would pop on and do some this afternoon. So at the moment I'm doing Confederation of the Rhine Hainaut Regiment or Battalion, and I'm on to the second layer of black. So I'm using German grey. Yeah, so quite pleased how they're coming out. I'm thinking I'll do one more highlight on the black, and but I'll have a go and just see what it looks like first before I make up my mind. G'day there, how's it going? I piled into a whole heap of different figures at the same time, thinking I'd had plenty of time this week, but I actually didn't have a lot of time, so I decided instead I would focus my time on these guys here and try to knock them off by the end of the week. There's 36 figures, and yeah, they're starting to take shape. They're Perry miniatures from their as I said, Confederation of the Rhine set. And yeah, just got a few little bits to go. I'll probably do another coat on the pink. Probably just use the same pink and actually just put a little bit of white in it, just to give another layer. And I don't have to, because Chris said that he was quite happy with the colour, but I think they'll pop just a little bit more with the wee highlight on them. What else have I got to do? A little bit of white here and there. I've still got to do the hair. I'm going to do another highlight on the gold. Just the odd bits and pieces here. Silver buttons. As I said, I'm going to do a third highlight on this black. Not, it won't be much, but it'll be just a little bit. G'day everyone. Sorry I didn't get on this morning. Had a few things that I had to attend to first. As well as having breakfast out, so that was kind of cool. Hopefully this is sharp enough for you guys. Anyone that's on at the moment that hasn't been on before, I just hop on every weekend. I usually do a morning and an afternoon paint. I won't be doing it for the next 2 weeks because it's my son's wedding, and then I'm taking my wife away for the weekend afterwards. Nice. So yeah, but I normally just do a wee paint and chat, and people ask me questions if they want to, or the odd one here just stays silent and just watches, which is fine too. That's all good. Right, so what I'm going to do, which I wasn't going to do, is I'm going to finish off the packs now. How's it going? What are you painting? Nice to have you watching. We're just going to put some bilge brown over some chocolate brown for the backpacks. Railway mat. So are you into railways, or are you into a mixture of things? I suppose is the next question. On my blog, 15mm Paint Shack, there's a one of the things I did was on my uncle's railway. It was amazing. He's not around anymore, sadly. But he used to build and design his own railway sets, and I think it was one of the most popular posts I ever did. French Dragoons, awesome. I think I've got 2 boxes left of French Dragoons. I've done 4, but I'm going to get rid of them all because I'm going to do them again in metals. I've got them ordered. Said to the guys at the club, "Did you want any boxes of French Dragoons?" And I'll probably just sell the other ones. Cool. Where are you from? Obviously, if you are, what did you say, in the evening, you might be from England or US, maybe. Gonna make sure I'm actually staying in picture. We need to be about there, don't we? Pick a place on the map and stay there. I'll actually the UK. Oh, awesome! When I hop off, I'll see if I can find your channel and subscribe to you so I can see what you're up to. It's about supporting each other in this kind of stuff, eh? So one of the things I do with this live painting is that if you have any questions about painting different things, colors, faces, anything like that, feel free to ask. I'm not like amazing at everything, but have been able to help the odd guy here and there. And it's fun. All just fun. Down to 1. It's funny how it goes up and down. Quite often when I do this in the afternoon, there's very few people on. I suppose it's the time thing. End of the night. Funny, it's probably the nicest day we've had, and I'm sitting here inside. Oh, just kicked the camera. I put the camera in a little bit different place today. And one of the legs is under the table, so hopefully I won't do that too much. Just trying to keep my hands out of the view. I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah, but these Perry figures are actually really, really nice. Good detail. And, they lend themselves to putting that little bit extra time in. So once I've finished these, I'm going to carry on with the Swedish Northern Wars guys that I started. And as I said, I put them aside. I put the 15mm guys aside that I was doing as well. And rather than do lots of different things at the same time, I'm just going to focus on one, then the next. So once I've done the Swedish, I will be back onto the 15mm and I'll get all of them completed. So I'm trying to get these done today. So tomorrow afternoon, I can have a go at trying to make a dent in the Swedes. I've done their skin, finished all their skin, and I've had to paint it in an old way as I used to paint, using probably more washes than layering. Yeah, you can definitely paint them as a Swiss. Actually shows them on the box set, and it just adds, as you say, it adds the variety and the color to it. And yeah, I know a lot of guys that have gone that way. Cool thing about Napoleonics is, a lot of the uniforms are similar, and you can very easily sort them out. It's like the Westphalian artillery crew that I painted up the other day. They were just straight French, and even though Westphalians have like plumes like this guy here, realistically, it doesn't really matter. You can actually get away with it, and the uniforms are almost exactly the same in colour. Very little difference. I love painting Napoleonics, so it's just great. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed painting the Greeks that I've just finished. I really did enjoy those, but getting back to Napoleonic uniforms, just awesome. Which is good because I've got a few of these guys to paint. Another 36 of the Lippi Regiment. Funny name, but it is what it is. But they're in white, which of course is not my favourite to paint. I probably won't start those until I get back from my son's wedding. Because I don't think I'll be finished well, I won't be finished the others because I've still got a speech to write, which I should be doing today, I suppose. Priorities first. Priorities first. Painting first. Yeah, I've got a whole week to write my speech. Problem is, everyone expects me to be funny. I can't think of anything funny. Oh, just painted the water bottle, but that's alright because it's only on its first. That's only on its first coat. bedroll I haven't painted yet. I've got to re-look and see, because I'm not. I think the bedroll's not grey. I think it's like a different brown. I was thinking I might do it in like English uniform colour with a green brown base and then English uniform over top. But I've got to just double check that will be correct. I don't want to muck them up. What I'll do next is I think I will go over the pink again with its highlight. I've got to use my camera to actually record the wedding next week, and I haven't got my extra microphone working very well. Kind of leaving it a bit late. I mean, the camera has a microphone, but I bought another one to plug into it. And I don't know if it's just because when it's on the computer it doesn't work. So hopefully it'll be fine. Tried all sorts from ancient Greeks, bolt action and pollen, so you painted a Roman army in 6 mil. Yeah, there's just so many different colours, eh? But I'm the same as you because because I paint for other people. I get to paint a lot of different sorts anyway, so I don't really get a choice in what I paint for that. But for myself, I do enjoy the Napoleonics, and I'm starting to amass my dream Napoleonic armies. So I have started putting aside front rank French, and I've got for these I've done like a trade where I'm painting figures for a guy, and he's given me a Russian foundry army, which is 8 regiments of 30, 36, and of infantry, 6 guns, and some cav. So I'll need to get a little bit more to finish it off, but it's a great start, and I've got a good start to my French army as well, and I've got a guy over in England at the moment who he's visiting on a holiday, and he is getting me some more front rank to fill out my French army. But I've also got a winter bolt action army put aside, and I've got what is it, 100 Years Wars figures put aside. Starting to put a few figures aside for when I start painting for other people that I have stuff for myself. I'm so used to painting all the time, I don't really want to run out of figures too quickly. I was thinking I've painted well over, I don't know, maybe 1,300 figures already this year. It doesn't take long to mosey on through them, that's for sure. Yeah, there's always plenty to keep me busy. I've got about 60 boxes of miniatures sitting here beside me. And then I've got a another bedroom that has boxes from other people that I'm doing figures. Yeah, so I paint a lot. A lot. Right, so that's the second layer on the backpacks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Sunset Red, which is really quite, you can't see that, quite pink. Hopefully it's not too bright, that picture, is it? Because I can actually make it darker if it's too bright. Can you see that easily? Nice and clear. My wife saw me painting in these good clothes of mine that I'm in at the moment. She'll probably kill me dead. Right, so we're just fixing about, looks like about 30%. But I guess about 30% paint into there. Picture is good. Awesome. Thanks for that. Right. Different paintbrush, I think. We're going to go smaller. Yeah, so we just got straight Sunset Red on there. Why it's red, I do not know. And it's not going to be a lot. I'm just going to decide whether it's enough. Yep, I think it is. Just a little bit. I'm not sure you're going to see a lot of difference on the camera. Yeah, that's much better. Always a little bit of extra layering. To make sure I keep it in picture. I tend to wander a little bit. Where are we? I'm going that way. Oh, far out. Let me just zoom out a little bit because I seem to have lost my direction. That happens sometimes. Should be on there. Sorry about that. Right. Been a little bit directionally challenged today. I mean, I could probably lighten this down a little bit more. I probably normally would, but as I said, the client was already happy with the color before I put this on, so I don't actually want to change it too much. Hey Andrew, how's it going, mate? This is Confederation of the Rhine Inault troops. Started it, I think it was Sunday. Might have started these. Or I might have started the skin Saturday. No, I think it was Sunday. I'm just putting a second highlight on the pink. So what's happening in the world of Andrew? This is a commission job. Well, it's a swap. I've been given the Russian army to paint these 36 figures plus I got 36 of another regiment, which is called the Lippy, Lippy. And then I got 36 Swedish Northern Wars figures to paint for it. And I get a Russian, well, the ones that I put in that video is the swap. So as I normally do, I try and crack on and do it as fast as I can and get things done. So I haven't had a lot of time in the painting room this week, but I've tried to focus what time I have on these. And they're starting to take shape. Yeah. Like the Greeks that I did, they were for me. But in general, I don't get to paint a lot of my own stuff. Bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it, the old paint for other people? Yeah, I've been trying to. I mean, I was a bit slack there for a while, so I've been trying to get a few videos out. It will probably be it for a wee while because, as I explained earlier, it's my son's wedding next Monday, and I'm actually videoing that for him or for my parents that can't make it to the wedding. I'd like to do a few more tutorials on different things, so I'm probably going to put everything out there for some ideas from people. And if they've got things that they want me to do tutorials on, it'd be kind of cool to get that, so then I can, like when I'm doing something, I can make a proper video. It's hard to know whether the videos are that helpful or not. I don't know. Two AM. Yeah, glad I could keep you company, mate, and I hope to see you again. And I'll have a look and see if I can find you and subscribe to you once I'm finished here. Hope we get to see each other again. Well, not that we saw each other. Duh, funny. Dun, dun, dun. I need to cut this fingernail because I seem to be scratching a little bit of paint off around the feet when I'm doing my stuff, which only happens when that fingernail's tad long. It just needs more work. Yeah, I really was really pleased with the light curve. I did put a bit of extra effort in. I actually am thinking about getting the basing sorted. I'm just going to make my mind up on the basing size, which I think I'll do them at about 120 by 80, which is the same as a friend of mine who he's kind of away at the moment overseas doing stuff. He's just back for a few days, but I know that when he does get back, I play most of my war games against him. So we try to have our troops on the same basing. And he does his light cavalry on 120 by 80s. And then I've got to decide, okay, well, how do I want them to look? Do I want them on grass or like some kind of more dirt looking stuff? I want to put a bit of effort. I mean, I put so much effort into the painting. I want the basing to stand out as well. I'm a bit slack with the basing, I think. I mean, I think they look good, but I know there's a heck of a lot more I could do. They're really quite cool looking figures. I know. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? I mean, I haven't based any of the Greeks that I've done yet because I'm just not happy. Everyone says that I should base them in groups and then put those groups in a big base, but I just want to put them on one big base of 30 odd figures. Just a huge base. Everyone goes, that's not how it's done. I don't know. I just don't know. So I haven't based anything, which means I can't use them, even though I actually am a long way away from getting the army completed. We've just been playing Hail Caesar lately, but before that we were playing Impetus, and I know Craig was looking at some other sets of rules as well. I'm not really a rules guy because I love to paint. So when I play a game, I just want to have some fun. I just want to have some fun. I don't want to have to think too much. I don't look at a set of rules and go, oh, it's got to be such and such. If it's fun, that's cool. That's it. That's all I need. Oh. So would you see yourself, Andrew, as a painter or a player more? You know, if you could choose to go out for a night and game, stay in and paint, what would you choose? Seem to have create a picture. Oh my goodness, you've got plenty on there. I've got some Namibian CAD to do, but I've put it aside because the client is low on funds and has just put a hold on work for him at the moment, which is cool. That's all right. I've got plenty to do. But yeah, and he's asked that the skin on the Namibians isn't too dark, so somewhere in between these guys and what I'm doing now, and slightly darker, but not too dark. So I'm thinking I'll do a slightly, maybe in what do you call it, earth, flat earth as a base. Well, if you do get tempted, in the comments that you can leave, like those extra comments, you can say it was Kent's Paint Shack watching that got you, that made the decision. I'm trying to get their attention. Seemed to be working, but now that's gone very quiet. But that's all right. Not like I need extra work, eh? More than I can handle. Yeah, the Namibian cab that I've got to do are Vitrix as well. So, are you like an ancients man? Like that's what you enjoy the most, or are you spread it over a few different eras? You gaming? I actually need to build an army to fight my Egyptians. Because if I don't find something and build it, I'll probably end up selling my Egyptians, which is not a good idea. There's no one around here to fight them. Need to probably build like a Hittite army. Well, that's a pain. Yeah, there's a group here that I should go and game with more often. I just find I lose myself once I get a paintbrush in my hand. So I paint all these armies. Unless I'm going to actually use them, sometimes I think, well, what's the point? Other than I suppose I have fun painting. Oh, cool. I have a ridiculous amount of bolt action stuff sitting here to be painted. It's all mine. For some reason, I just started stacking it up. Oh, I just... But I do love Napoleonics. That's my go-to. It always has been. Ever since I was a wee lad, always had Napoleonic figures. I used to be terrible at painting. This shows that, you know, put enough time and effort into it, you can change anything. It's been absolutely shocking. I mean, I was absolutely terrible. People asking me to paint for them. It's quite a privilege, really. You know, thinking that, you know, your armies are on tables around the world. I think I'll once I've done this pink, I'll go back over and do the third highlight on the black. I think. I have to be very, very careful not to put too much on. Oh, okay. Cool. Painting brown. Were you doing like Russians or something? Brown, 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 Russians. Maybe. Or English? Well, I think that's why I like the Napoleonics. It's just lots of colour variations, especially when you do, you know, these alloys. Cool. I tried to get my son into this kind of stuff, but he went over to the dark side, and he is doing 40k. But he didn't do that until he left home. Actually, no, just before he left home. But luckily, I don't have to paint this stuff anymore because he's got the painting bug. And, he paints 2 figures a week, which in my books is not a lot, but in his books it is. And he's doing 2 figures a week. Doing a good job on them too. So good on him. So we've got 4 figures left to go. And then the second layer of pink done. And I'm happier now. I didn't have to do a second layer of pink because Chris was happy with the one, but I'm happier now. with the 2 than I was with the 1. It might not look much different on the camera, but to the eye here, it stands out better. It's sharper. More definition. That's what it's all about for me. Now you really only got to paint a couple of really bad jobs, and someone asks, "Oh, where'd you get those done?" And if they say, "Oh, Kent's Paint Shop painted those," then that would not please me at all. So every job's got to go out looking the best it can. Dad's got to paint the armies, eh? Well, at least he's lucky enough that you will. Right. That's that. Now, I haven't tried this color combo for my black before because I didn't have a dark grey. So I'm going to try it now. See whether there's enough in it to make it worthwhile. I just don't know if it's going to be. No. Okay, so we'll just try on a belt. No, it looks the same. So the dark grey is pretty close to the other one, the German grey. Excuse the arm. I'm going to go on it. Didn't go across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop just a little bit of neutral grey into it and mix that in. Probably a pinch. So here we go. Okay, that's a little bit of water. Okay, hopefully that's not too much. So here we go. We'll try again. So pull that around. Yeah, here. I don't want it to be too much. It's going to be just right. Mainly for the belts. If we try and zoom that right in and get it in there, let's see. Just want that tiny tad more. Right, I'm actually going to mix a smidge more neutral brown. Yeah, I'm just going to go a tiny little bit more. So I only want to just put small, let me get down so you can actually see. Not going to be much. Do the Yeah. So that's before, and that's after. See if we can get them both in. Well, I think it's worth it. So, yeah. It's funny how black. What brand of miniatures? These are Perry miniatures. Um, yeah, they're quite nice. I've got to do a couple of hits. Speaking. Go back. We don't miss anything. Yeah, they have great detail. It's really nice when a miniature has the detail to actually work with. It's funny how even with a black, to get a black to look right, you've got to put enough grey on it, but not too much. You know, enough to get the, like it's got the highlight on it. Not too much that it looks really grey. Sorry, I'm out of camera. Yeah, interesting. Quite cool. So it'll be interesting. Like when I take the photos of it, they'll actually probably look a little bit different. There's a bit of like it's a bit of a shine from the camera here. Obviously, you don't have to do these extra layers if you don't want to. You could even, before you print it, put any color on the hat. You could dry brush some of the stuff in if you wanted to. It's just that I feel as though I've been given a really good deal with these guys, so I want to do a really good job for him to say thanks. I'm putting in, all the details that I can. But obviously, I was going to say the more detail, like layers that you put in, the more depth you get to your miniature. So if you just spray paint it black, and then so that's it. That's your paint. You're actually not going to get as good a finish as if you spray paint it black, then paint it black again with your paints, and then do your different layers on top. Because you just get a different look. I don't know why I'm going out of picture so much, so I'm gonna drag it out a bit because no one wants to just see my hand. Mark, that is the spot to paint it. I think once I've finished these 15mm Napoleonics, British, and these 2 regiments of guys from the Rhine, I think I'm going to actually do 1 regiment of my French. I think that might be nice to do. Like, say, hey, Ken, reward yourself. And when I do, I'm going to paint it as high a standard as I can. I'm going to try and push myself to do everything good as I can. I put more effort into even though I like the skin that I do, as I think I've said this every time. I'm going to try and just do more. See what happens. Hey, look, if it doesn't work, I'll black it out and start again. It's easy as that. But if it works, cool. I'm really at that stage where I'm ready to improve again, like do some learning. I keep kicking the camera. It's just sitting here underneath. The leg is sitting here underneath. Do you ever get that? You just go, okay, it's time to learn some new skills. I do every now and again. I've been sitting here in the same position so long that I just got cramp in my chest. Ah! It doesn't happen very often. I was leaning in a strange position. I just finished 2 units of ACW. Oh, nice, cool. That's the other thing that I've studied called ACW. I think I've gone a wee bit crazy. And I need to focus. Can't focus. You see, I've been using a triad of flesh for a long time now. So I just feel it's time to maybe sharpen that triad up a little bit. Maybe change the odd paint. My thing is that because I paint so fast, I probably don't get it quite as good as I could. And it's not that I'm painting bad, it's just that I think if I painted, it took a little bit more time, maybe I can do some more stuff. Yeah, that's kind of what I used to do. Just the old flesh and wipe and wash. It's funny because where are they? These troops here, I've had to do in the old way with just 2 layers of flesh. See if we can zoom it back into it just on the face. So that's the old way I used to do it. G'day, Raymond. And then that's my new way. How's it going, mate? Even though these ones don't really show the face quite as much. Good to have you on board. I'm just doing my third layer of black at the moment. Highlight. Hope everything's well in the land of Raymond. That's right, I zoomed it back in, haven't I? Let's just zoom it back in a bit. Yeah, that's my my normal, but I am going to change that just slightly. I want to get my first layer of flesh just slightly different than what I'm doing. And it's not that I'm unhappy with it. I just think there's more to do. 115 degrees. Well, it was 2 degrees here before, but the sun has come out, and I'm sure it's quite nice. It might be about 6 degrees, maybe. So, sounds like you should be swimming. And the thing is that if I can find even better ways of doing what I do, then I can just pass it on to you guys. And if you like it, you can give it a crack. It is 1:35 p.m. here. Haven't had any lunch yet, but I'm going to finish the black on these guys first before I sign off for, say, maybe an hour. I have a guitar practice and have my lunch, and then maybe I'll tidy the house before my wife gets back. So, and then I'll pop back on if I get a chance later on. I'll get this black done at the moment. I might get the black done, and we might. I'll put the gold on the bottom, or the brass on the bottom of the musket there. Nice to see you guys chatting away while I'm having a wee paint here. If there's anything you guys can think of that you'd like me to do either live videos on or tutorials on, just let me know. Maybe it's you're watching this later and you've got an idea. Just throw it up, throw it on, and I will give it a crack. Obviously, certain kind of miniatures I can only do if I've got them. But if it's a technique or a style, maybe we can learn something together. How's it going? Looks like everyone's popping on. Well, a few. Nice to have you on board. Put a little bit more water in my grey. It's evening. Yeah. Oops, that's a little bit much on that one. Just one little amount. I suppose the good thing is I can go over it and with a little bit of black if I need to and remove anything. So we've got what? 9 figures to go with this colour. $9.30 on the best coast of Australia. I can't argue that because I don't live in Australia. So what's happening on the best coast of Australia then? What are you painting at the moment? What would I do over there? Eh? Got to think. I'm in a lovely part of New Zealand. I'm almost mortgage free. So one more year and there's no more mortgage. So money's mine after that. Thinking of doing some traveling. I'd like to go to England and do some of these shows. My wife jokes that we're going to go to England because I've got an English passport, and she's going to let me work painting models over there while she travels around, enjoying the scenery. East German infantry and 15 mil. And the other thing is, I live by the beach. It's 5 minutes away. I live by the rivers. They're probably 15 minutes away. And I live by the mountains and the lakes. They're about an hour away. So you could go skiing in the winter, swimming in the summer. You've got all this choice. I think I'll stick where I am. Maybe a visit. Maybe I'll come and visit one day. I reckon I should get like a wee t-shirt made for when I go over to these conventions and put on a 15 mil paint check and see if anybody knows me. I'll probably get through the whole thing and everyone will go, so who is that dude walking around with that 15 mil paint check? He's a little bit of a wally. Nobody knows him. I used to have tons of Flames of War stuff. But, I sold it the whole lot. Which is quite normal for the madness of Kent. Two to go. Like done. You love it when you tick something off the old box. It's like, yes, we're getting closer. To crack open the iPad and just check something on the helmet. What the logo or pom-pommy bit is. The bit below it, I should say. Normally do that in French colours, but you've never played any of the Team Yankee stuff. They don't actually play it down at the club. Last one. Right. No, not me. You can. I don't do any of that stuff, so I'll leave that to you. And I've got one helmet I forgot to put the white on the braiding. So I'll just do that before I carry on. Right. Here we go. We'll start here. Again. Dot, 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 dot. Can I get all those dots correctly? I did all of these before, just in case I got any on the helmet, I could redo it, repaint the helmet. But it's not too bad. Even though you probably can't see me because it's a bit bright. Right, so these. See if we can take a little bit of chocolate right down. We might better see. Not really. Right. The next thing is to finish off a bit that I missed. I painted all the rifle belts. Just get these guys back over. So I've done the sky grey on them. And just get that on. Thanks, mate. Yeah, they're quite colourful. Quite colourful wee figures, actually. I had fun because I was like, now I've got to get that. Get down there. Got him. G'day, mate. How's it going? Nice to have you on board. Hey, for some of you guys that pop on, that you might be new to my site. Hey, I'd love it if you subscribed. When I get back from the wedding, I'm going to do my next giveaway, and you've got to be a subscriber to go in. I think we're looking at a regiment of Napoleonic infantry, or we might do the option between that and some Napoleonic dragoons, 12 dragoons. So, but you have to be a subscriber. So in about, I'm away for a good week and a bit. So in about 2 and a bit weeks, 3 weeks, we'll do do a giveaway. It's about time I did a giveaway. But yeah, please subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and let's grow this channel. I really want to get it to that 1,000 mark, eh? So it was stagnant there for a while, but it started growing again. Well, I think some of it is that I hadn't put enough videos up for a wee while, so it's my own fault. You got to keep those videos cranking. When I painted these guys, I wasn't quite sure what color Just a little bit here between the pink was where all the buttons go. Yeah, I know my terminology really well. This thingy here, but it's actually just the same color as the uniform. So get that done, and then this afternoon I can put the silver, 2 layers of the silver buttons on. I hope you guys enjoyed the Greek Light Cavalry and the tutorials that I did around the Greek Cavalry. Hope you found that a little bit useful. And when you do those things, you never quite know whether people are going to like it or dislike it. Most of us have certain ways that we like to do things, but if you're like me, you pick things up that can add to that. I'd like to think that what I'm doing, people are finding different ways of doing things. I did see that. Probably not. I'm probably just a bit too busy with work painting to do anything extra at the moment. Sounds like fun though. Sounds like a heck of a lot of fun. Okay, already done that one. And that one. And start that one. And that one. Got a bit ahead of myself. That one. Well, guys, it's 5 minutes to 2 here, and my tummy is rumbling away. Well, okay, it's not rumbling away, but it's time to have a bite to eat and to get a few jobs done around the house. So I'm going to say, I'm going to leave it there, or leave it with a shot of where we're at. So while I've been on, I've done the 3rd layer of the black. I've done a 2nd layer of the pink. I've done the 2nd layer of the backpack, which is a bilge brown over there. A little bit of white here and there, and tidied up a few areas. And ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're at. So it's been nice chatting, and if I'm quick enough, I'll be about an hour. I know some of you guys it'll be too late for you guys then, but about an hour, and I'll probably be back on again. So thanks, guys. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please subscribe and leave messages. And hey, check some of the old back videos. There's been a few guys going back over the videos, and it's been really quite cool seeing what they think of some of my earlier stuff. Before I had a lot of channel traffic, but some of that stuff is actually quite cool. So have a check of it and let me know what you think. So we'll catch you guys later. Take care.